My name is Mohammed Ali and I'm a street artist and curator, and I've been a full-time artist for around 20 years now. I'm also founder of an arts organization called Soul City Arts. I've been involved with street art from mid to late 80s, ever since the birth of hip-hop culture and graffiti art, and we were in awe of it as British kids. Graffiti art became our kind of way of expressing who we are, and in a very bold fashion to say this is me and I exist. It felt like a way to address that power balance, to say, you know, we have the power, I can transform the urban space that I live in. We know the art world is not accessible for all. In these shiny white walled galleries in certain parts of the city. Me growing up, I never had access to these places. You would go to these galleries and feel very much like this isn't a place for us. This was, you know, for an elite society perhaps. A lot of my art is about trying to at least give voice to communities that perhaps don't feel they have a voice. In fact, I'm from that community myself, son of an immigrant from Bangladesh, of Muslim faith. We are of the other category, and for the community to see a reflection or their voice embedded into that urban visual landscape is something truly empowering. As a street artist and attempting to reflect and resonate with the public, and placing that in the space is something very, very exciting. Dropping my piece of art just literally into a community without any form of reaching out and listening and immersing is kind of selfish. I don't want to selfishly impose my art and make assumptions about people. That isn't a way to respect communities. And I dedicate myself to turn my back to the wall. And I always say that to artists. Take off your headphones while you're painting, turn your back to the wall, and just connect with the people. The arts are crucial for societal change, you know, brings color into people's lives, quite literally. Why should art stay in this elusive space where it's on the edges? Art can be here for all. Artists becoming more savvy, being able to speak and be able to talk to communities or talk to governments or policymakers. The arts are what are needed to bring balance in society. Whilst I love painting murals as an artist, I was evolving. I started to explore with other disciplines, going into theatre, exploring with film, installation art. Performance art was a logical progression for me because when I'm painting murals, I was performing, you know, there's an audience that gathered. So I started to think about the movement and actually enhancing the experience. I started adding layers of music and story and video. Even though I do theatre, or even if I make a film, somewhere you'll always see a kind of nod to graffiti art in there. You can never completely divorce it from whatever art form I go into. Graffiti, really, if you look at the spirit of what it is, it's about this idea that your ideas and words are putting them in a public place for others to see. And that's something that goes back to ancient rock carvings, right? Tens of thousands of years of people saying, this is my story, this is me. Because there's something truly liberating about taking something that's in your heart and committing to scribing it into a physical space, and then others see that. That is something that society still doesn't really comprehend.